historic Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts, we've got baseball on the show. It's the Chicago Cubs and the Boston Red Sox. Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next. And towing the slab for the Boston Red Sox in this one, Ranger Suarez. What's the word on him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Just missed. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Nico Horner will come up to hit. Right side. Meyer. The flip. There's one. Double play. That was some defensive wizardry. In half up to hit. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1. Back to the mound. He's got it. Over to first. Happ is gone. And that's the 3rd out. Back here in Boston. And now here's the starter for the Cubs, Jameson Taillon. What do you have on him? Digging in, Ceddanne Rafaela. Rafaela in his 3rd season, hitting leadoff in today's game, and he's a native of Curacao. Comes up empty. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Gets him. 1 away on a drop 3rd strike. And next for the Red Sox, Roman Anthony. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Jaron Duran in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. On the ground to first. Bush over to second. What a double play that was. Inning over. And we're back here at Fenway Park. So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole, Seiya Suzuki. Ground ball left side and foul ball. Ball. Strike 2.
Ball, that's too high.
Curve in the dirt. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 gone here. So up next for Chicago, Michael Bush.
Yeah. Nope. Ball 1.
Check swing, but he went too far. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Ball,
really
that's
good
in.
take, especially with 2 strikes.
And that's
outside. That's a ball.
And that's ball 4.
Nope, that's ball 4.
So man aboard. Now it's Alex Bregman.
Ball 1.
Misses
Nope.
again, 5 in a row.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
Inside,
Inside.
just missed. Man at first, 1 away. Swings through that one. On the ground to third. Throw to first is in time. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Matt Shaw. Swinging a foul out of play. Man at second. And there's a foul ball. Second inning here, no score.
Ball
Tough
1.
to take a 2-strike changeup that just missed. They get frozen.
On the inside corner for called strike 3. We head to the bottom of the second. So stepping in for Boston, Wilson Contreras. Just
Ball, that
missed.
pitch is out.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Got him. 1 out.
Batting 5th.
Here's Trevor Story. The 0-2.
That's a ball. Ball, that's off the plate.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Batting 6. Right
Wilyer
fielder.
Abreu, the next to hit.
Abreu.
Ball 1.
Swings through that one for strike 2. Battling here as he fouls it away. 2 down, nobody on. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side. Back here at Fenway Park, now it'll be the Cubs DH, Dansby Swanson. Swinging a ground ball. It's through for a hit. And a good start to the inning. And now it's Miguel Amaya. A little bit low. Ball 1. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes in the air to left center. Rafaela makes a move towards the gap. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Pete Crow Armstrong. Walked to open the ball game.
Hey!
Runner takes off and a foul ball. The 0-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. So here's Corner now. He's 0 for 1. Hit on the ground to short. Story tosses to first, and that is that. Bottom of the inning. So stepping in for Boston, Caleb Durbin.
Third baseman, Caleb Durbin.
In the air, left field. Takes it in for the out.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay close.
Carlos Narvaez, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
You know, Boog, every team has a hitters meeting pregame, but this lineup seems way too anxious, aggressive. You wonder what they talked about.
That's inside.
On the ground. Fires over to first. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the 3rd. Now it's the second baseman, Marcelo Meyer. And that misses. Ball 1. That clips the corner. Tied him up inside with that one.
That's ball 2.
Still tied at 0. Last of the 3rd. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Good eye right there.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off.
Out towards right center field. Crow Armstrong under it. And that is that. Back in Boston. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Ian Happ. That's in there. And that's strike 1.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Here's a 1-2.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
Happ lays off.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
In the air to left center. And there's 1 down. Go ahead run on base. Michael Bush, the next Cub to hit. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Here's your 1. Fouls one off out of play. Back to our left. 1 away, tie game, go ahead run, stands at first. Top half of inning number 4. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts. Up the middle. Oh, look at the stop. Nicely done for the out. Bottom of the 4th. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Ceddanne Rafaela.
You know, these Red Sox just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
He makes the grab. 1 down. Roman Anthony up next for the Red Sox.
Well, right now this battery is seeing the aggressiveness of the hitters early in the count and often. So got to be real careful that you don't give too good of a pitch, especially early in the count.
Good job to fight that one off. All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. In the air, center field. 2 down. Now batting Jarren Duran. 0 for 1 so far.
Designated hitter, Jarren Duran.
On the ground to the left. Bregman to first. And he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Back now at Fenway. All set for the start of the inning. Matt Shaw now at the plate. Out towards right center field. Abreu ranging into the alley. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. Swanson digs in. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
That's a ball. Nope, outside.
This one in the air, center field. Rafaela gets under it. And that quickly 2 away. Now the Cubs catcher, Miguel Amaya. Fly to center his first time. And a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Out towards left center. Anthony under it. And that is that. Back here in Boston, so stepping in for Boston, Wilson Contreras. That one fouled off.
You know, these Red Sox just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. Just 1 base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They have guys in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
On to first, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th. Trevor Story comes up to the plate. Out to short, Shaw. To first. Home after the 5th inning, moving along, 2 quick outs. So digging in, Wilyer Abreu.
0-1. Ball 2.
Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. The count 2-1. Ripped on a line to center. And that is that. All set for the top of the 6th. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Pete Crow Armstrong. First pitch way inside, a fastball. Trying to bunt his way on. And he's safe at first.
No problem beating out the infield hit right there. Good hustle getting down the line.
Go ahead run on base. Here's Nico Horner. 0-1 down. Runner on the move. On the ground right side. And a base hit.
Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Next to hit, Ian Happ. And that's in there for strike 1.
Ball.
The Cubs with the go-ahead run at third, and we're in the top half of the sixth. Check swing, went around. Now he's in a 1-2 hole. Swing and a ground ball out to short. The turn by Meyer at second, and a run scores on the double play. Seiya Suzuki will hit next. And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. Swings through that. Out to short. Out number 3. Bottom of the 6th. Still stepping in for Boston, Caleb Durbin. That's a base hit. And they have their first base runner since the first inning.
Waste no time there. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive.
Runner on the go. And a sac bunt here. Throws to first in time. One away, bottom of the 6th. Marcelo Meyer digs in now. Fly to center his first time.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point. Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
Man at second. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Oh, great stop. The feed for 1.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Rafaela swings through it for strike 1.
Ball, that's out. That's ball 2.
This one belted deep left field. On its way, gone. The 2-run shot, and the Red Sox jump in front. It's 2-1. Still stepping in for Boston, Roman Anthony. There's a line drive to left field. That's a base hit. Back-to-back hits, and they were hit hard.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
And that ends the inning. Back inside Fenway Park, leading off, Michael Busch.
Ball.
Check
Nope,
swing
that's
and a
off the
ball
plate.
outside.
Ball 2.
And the count now 2-0. That one
Inside,
missing
ball.
inside.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
And there's a strike. That's a strike.
Well, I'm impressed with that challenge pitch right there. Even with this slim lead, this guy's not afraid to go right after these hitters.
This one in the air. Durbin under it. And there's one down. Here's Alex Brett. A new pitcher in the game, Greg Weisser.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Nope. Outside.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. What a stop. Fires to first, and very nicely done for the out. Stepping in, Matt Shaw.
Ball.
Check swing, and he went. That's strike one. Called strike, a sinker at the bottom of the zone. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. The Bo Sox trying to hold a one-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. To third, and that's just foul. And he couldn't hold back. He's run up on strikes. Back here in fifth. Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Hunter Harvey.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Makes the catch for the out. Here's Story now. Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Struck him out. Really fooled him with the breaking ball there. So up next, Wilyer Abreu. Up the middle. In time to Bush. Red Sox go 1-2-3. Ready to begin the 8th. And here's the DH. Cubs. So now pinch hitter for the Cubs. Moises Ballesteros.
And he would be the tying run bird, so we may see him try to launch one if he gets a good pitch to handle.
They turn things over to the southpaw, Danny Coulon.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
Ball, that's out.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Miguel Amaya, the next Cub to hit. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Yeah. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And that is strike one.
Ball one.
Fastball for a strike. That missed by a lot. And the count now even up. That's a ball. Went with the sweeper. The Red Sox holding on to a one-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. That's to third. Throws across the diamond. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th. Pete Crow Armstrong getting ready to hit.
Ball inside. Hey!
That close the corner.
Very solid inning on the mound so far here in the 8th. Holding on to this narrow lead. This is exactly what they were looking for.
2 down, nobody on. On the ground right side, and it goes just foul. Right through there, got it. That's out number 3. Onto the bottom. So they turn to the veteran pitcher in this spot, Colin Ray.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around. Right there. Really nice job staying up the with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Ball.
Ground ball right side. It squirts through. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. So digging in, Marcelo Meyer. Trying to move the runners over. Throw to third. Too late. And everyone's safe on the bunt. Back to the top of the order. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter. Cedar Rafaela. Golden opportunity right here. Up the middle. The throw is offline and he's in to score. It's 3-1. All loaded up. Roman Anthony up next for the Red Sox. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. One run's in. Another comes in to score, and they're up by 4.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Duran in the box as he fouls off the first pitch.
This has been a rough inning, but sometimes you just got to work through it, save the rest of that bullpen, somehow stop the bleeding.
Ground ball right side and foul ball. The 1-2.
Ball, that's out.
The Bo Sox trying to break this one open. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Runner on the go. In the dirt. Anthony up to second. Runner at third holds, so both runners are now in scoring position. And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. This one in the air center field. Brings it in. Runners tagging from second and third. Throw home, not in time. The run scores. It's 6-1. Here's Trevor Story now. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. On the ground to short, Shaw. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. Back here at Fenway Park. All set to start the 9th in this one. Nico Horner. Now, so out of the pen comes the right-hander, Johan Oviedo.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
On the ground to third. Tosses across to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. Now, Ian Happ.
Aye.
That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
1 down, base is empty here in the 9th. Swings through it for the K. And they're down to their last out. Now it's the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. On the ground. And that's just foul. 2 down, nobody on. And it's fouled away. Oviedo is just one strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game. Suarez with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure he'll feel very good about that and get the ball for his trophy case, as he should. A start he won't ever forget.
6-1 is your final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long